morning, guys. So right now I hopped on the very first ferry. I don't know if you can see here how beautiful it is behind me. It's absolutely gorgeous this morning. So we hopped on the very first ferry from Horseshoe Bay heading over to Nanaimo. And I'm gonna drive over to Ucluelet right now. I'm gonna meet up with Dave and Simon, and we're gonna go for a spearfishing trip. So I got the boat on the car. I'm gonna set that up at the boat launch, and hopefully should be on the water by about 11:30. So that's kind of my goal right now. I'm super excited. It's been a while since I've been on this side. I've been wanting to for a while, but I don't think I've been on the Ucluelet Tofino side since probably like April, maybe something like that. It's been a while, so I'm pretty excited, and yeah, I can't wait to get into the water, see what kind of fish we can find. Hopefully get a lingcod. I have not caught one this year, so that's on the to-do list. So let's get set up, guys. See you in a bit. With such amazing weather conditions in the forecast, I was so excited to get to Ucluelet for this weekend. With these perfect conditions, there was some fantastic diving, which made it really hard to trim down some of this footage. This is going to be a bit of a longer video, so I hope you guys really enjoy. We launched right at noon, and the water was like glass. We even had a greeting from the local resident sea lions as we left the dock. We came across this can right as we left the dock and had to flip around and grab it. It's just funny. Wherever I go, there's always trash. Alright, first catch of the day. We picked up some speed as we left the mouth of the inlet, and you can see how much fog was rolling in. It's kind of an eerie sight, but I was super excited to get into the water. Into the fog we go! Some like Jurassic World stuff over there. You can see the outline of the mountains. Super cool. Alright, this is the number one dive spot. Found some rocks, found some water. Let's go. The first spot I chose ended up being a bit of a bust, with some less than ideal visibility, and some sea lions that came to say hi. So we jumped back in the boat and headed off to another location. Our second spot was a bit more sheltered, so I was hoping the visibility would be a little bit better, and it was. We went from 10 feet to probably 25 feet or so, which is quite a difference, especially when you're looking for some fish to eat. So I loaded my spear again, took a big breath, and went down for a dive. Something I learned quite a while ago, and this is more of a trial and error thing, and other people might have different experiences, but the first time I see a rockfish when I'm diving, and it's of decent size, I always take that first fish. I've had it before where I'm down, I see lots of fish here and there, so I'm getting a little pickier, and then all of a sudden all the fish disappear and I catch none. So generally when I see a school rockfish on my first few dives, if I see a decent one, I'm going to hit it pretty much right away. And that's exactly what I did here. But once I got the first one in the bag, I'm going to be a little more picky for my next two. This is kind of a funny shot. So once the spear went through the fish, the spear dropped and the flopper opened, but it kind of caught on the ledge of a rock, and I don't really know what I was doing. I was just trying to jiggle it off the rock. Eventually I got it, but it's kind of a funny little clip here. The second spot was very promising. Every dive I was seeing a ton of rockfish and a few lingcod. There was a couple lingcod that were pretty close to legal, but in my opinion, if you think they're close, that's probably not big enough to shoot. You don't want to take that chance and hit a juvenile. You really want to be sure when you're shooting these, because it's not like line and hook where you can let it go. Once you shoot it, it's done. Sizing lingcod underwater is just going to take experience. There's no way around that. One thing that's going to help you though, for me, I have a mark on my gun that shows 65 centimeters, and often you're not going to have the chance to put your spear gun right up beside the lingcod and measure, but you're going to get a good estimation underwater. But like I said, it's just going to be experience. Most people have made a mistake before, but you got to learn from it and not repeat those mistakes. It's kind of funny, when I'm looking back at this video, this one here was probably 65, but again, like I said, err on the side of caution, and if you're not sure, don't pull that trigger. While spearfishing and trying to select a good fish, I find there's two main problems. Either there's no fish, or there's too many fish. And if you're indecisive when you're shooting, you're going to miss your chance and you're not going to be able to pick one, and then you're going to run out of air and you're going to have to come to the surface. Just pick one and stick to your gut. Once I had 2 fish in the boat, my next goal was for sure lingcod. So I took my gaze, and rather than focus up in the water column, I tried focusing down towards the rocks and in the holes. One of the most common questions I get about spearfishing is how deep am I going and how long am I holding my breath for? So in general, when I spearfish, I'm kind of between 10 and 15 meters. That's about my average. And then for how long I hold my breath, it's probably between 30 and 45 seconds. It kind of depends on the depth, obviously. But I find anywhere past that, my recovery time at the top is so much longer. Yes, I can go a little bit more than that, but having a decent bottom time, that's kind of my range that I like to stick in. For example, just following this lingcod around here, I was down for 48 seconds, and the deepest I got was 14.7 meters. And just to clarify, by no means am I saying I'm an expert in this whatsoever. These are just the ranges that I feel comfortable in and have been what have worked for me in the past, so I kind of stick with it. So do what feels comfortable for you and don't push your limits. Just a general safety rule for everyone. In case you don't know, you should never be in a boat with a loaded spear gun. And in my case, especially with an inflatable, one wrong move and you can either hurt someone or hurt yourself or pop your boat, which would just be really bad. And another perk of diving is if you're like us and you've got your anchor stuck before, which happens to everyone, generally you can just dive down and unhook it. Easy. With the anchor unhooked, now off to our next spot. You missed? So I got a pretty good haul here. I got my 3 rockfish. And yeah, the guys got their 3 each. No lingcod, unfortunately. But it's a pretty nice dive out there. I can't believe how calm it was. Like, out in the open ocean was just like this. It was great. Alright, so after today's dive, we decided to not deflate the boat just because it's easier. What do you guys think of that? Would you drive down the road like that?
Road legal in some countries.
Lucky these guys, their campsite's like just around those trees there. So it's only like a few hundred yards. But I don't know, I think it looks pretty good on there. It's just too good. Alright, diving day 2. Yesterday we each got 3 fish, so 3 rocks each. 2 in Greenling, but today's the day we want to get some lingcod. That's the goal for today. Alright, look at this beautiful sunrise. Oh, it was gorgeous this morning. Had breakfast right on the dock there. Oh, I hope this water's as flat as yesterday. It was just glassy yesterday. The ocean was like less than a meter swell. It's pretty wild. But pretty stoked to be out here today. So this is unreal, but 2 days in a row, there was a can floating in the water. As soon as we launched the boat, it was right there. But today, I thought I'd spice it up a bit and get our first catch of the day with the spear gun. And I should have a huge caution here. Like I said earlier, you should never have a loaded spear gun in the boat, especially an inflatable. And you should never dry fire a spear gun. These are big no-nos, so don't do what I do, please. And you might have noticed, on day 1, I had 2 bands on my spear gun, but now I only have the red band. So unfortunately for Simon, on one of his shots, both of his bands actually shot right off his gun, and he didn't notice it until he got to the surface, and we could not find them. So lucky for him, I have 2 bands on my gun, and I was able to pop one off and put my spare one on his gun. That's a decent size one. That was a hard one to get. I seen him swim away from me and I chased him and he went into a hole and I looked down into the hole and shot straight into the hole and then had to pull this out of the hole.
Nice.
That was a good one though. Once I secured 2 fish, I decided to be a bit of a videographer and get a couple more shots of the guys. I find it a lot easier to have the camera in front of me rather than on my mask to make sure I get everything in frame. But it is tricky sometimes because you want to use your hands. It's hard to do anything in the water without your hands, especially spearfishing. So I put my camera on my pole and did a little filming with that. And actually, one thing that a lot of people never get to see is themselves diving. So having someone record you diving is a pretty good way to see your form and possibly see stuff that you can improve on. Something that never gets old for me is diving in kelp. And when you dive in kelp on a bright and sunny day, it is absolutely magical. The sun shines through the kelp and just makes these really cool patterns in the water. It's something you have to do. If this is something you've never done, you gotta do it because you're missing out. One weird skill I have is no matter where I am, I find trash. It doesn't matter where, I find trash while diving. Something that some of you might have seen on a short I posted, but it's actually fishing with a fishing rod underwater. So while we're diving here, I seen another huge school of fish, and I thought this is the perfect time to grab my small little fishing rod in the boat and take it for a dive and try to catch a fish while diving underwater with a fishing rod. And I don't know why this felt like something I really needed to do, but this was so funny, and me trying to not laugh while I'm holding my breath underwater was a feat all on its own.
When that fish you catch is almost as big as the rod.
Nice.
With the rod.
Definitely bigger than the rod.
Alright, back you go. What? Dude needs a spear gun.
Dave wanted to give this a try, so we dove down together and I decided to film him this time. And if you look closely at the buzz bomb, you can actually see a small juvenile lingcod swimming around near it, and it was kind of interested before swimming away. I could only imagine what it'd be like to catch one of these on this small little rod, but it definitely gave me an idea to try something closer to home.
I wish that took that.
All right, so we got a bucket of dirt, and we're gonna see if these guys at Waterworld here want to make a bargain or a deal. Look at this place. It's got like 3 boats tied together, and they got like a makeshift greenhouse at the front. Yeah, that's pretty wild looking. The amount of trash under this thing, I bet, is obnoxious.
Oh, pirates.
Yeah, they got flying the pirate signal thing there, the flag. This thing is obnoxious. What the fuck? Jesus. Alright. Bye, guys. Alright, so we have to drop Simon off. So now it's just the 2 of us here. And look at these cliffs.
That is sweet.
Check out how cool this is. It's amazing.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh, oh my God.
So cool in here. Oh, just look at this. This place is absolutely gorgeous, though.
Wow.
This is so nice in here. Oh, I'm so happy we stopped at the little beach for a break. Gorgeous. Just look at that beautiful looking boat over there. It's me to some pretty cool places. So camera's like 5% battery here. So just gonna say it's a fun little trip so far. Might get some more stuff tomorrow. Gonna hang out a bit and charge my GoPro, but for the spearfishing aspect right now, it's just about done. Gonna head back to the boat. Might go take a little boat ride, see some other stuff. But for today's diving aspect, it's probably done filming, so just gonna walk back to the boat. And unfortunately the GoPro is charging. But I got one. I didn't get the shot on the camera, but it's pretty sick. This is what, our 4th spot today?
First one of the day. Diving for like 9 hours.
It's been a long day, but finally found one. Super stoked. So we did pretty well. We dropped off Simon earlier, but Dave and I here. Look at these. Pretty good little haul. Just gonna flame up now and get them in the freezer bags. So like some people go to like car shows and like, you know, bring Ferraris and Lamborghinis and whatnot. We just show up with our Ford Escapes.
All you need is a Ford Escape.
I'm not sure who this is, but we got all 3 of them with different colors, and I think it's pretty hilarious. So we're able to get pretty much every speck of meat off this guy. I mean, you can pretty much see through it. So this guy is gonna feed me for quite a few nights. I'm gonna go check out a sunset in Tofino now, so thanks for watching. I swear sunsets out here hit so differently. Look at this. Oh, it's just absolutely gorgeous out. So we finished up the dive today, another successful day, and today I caught this huge lingcod. I was so stoked. It was just, yeah, it's a beauty. Unfortunately, my GoPro actually died, So it was on the boat charging when we decided to go for one more dive. And I didn't get any photos of me getting it or that dive spot. But once I got back to the boat, I took some photos of Lingcod. Yeah, it's a beautiful creature, and I have some stuff for the freezer for many weeks to come now. So this is an absolutely beautiful dive. Yeah, couldn't ask for much better weather. It's just gorgeous right now. Like, there's no one else on the beach but me. It's amazing. Like, you don't get this very often. You know, the time lapse of the sunset going there on the GoPro. We'll see how that turns out. But just look at this. Whoa, it's beautiful. I'm having a good old time by myself right now. It's good times. I just wanted to say thank you to Simon for bringing up this idea to come out this weekend. If not, I would have been in Chilliwack, you know, playing in the cornfield or something. So it's lovely to get out here. It's been a while. All right, guys, as the sun sets here, so does this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this dive. I had a blast. Thanks for Dave and Simon for coming out here. This was so much fun. Definitely got to do it again. Hopefully I can get out here one more time before the season closes, but we'll see. All right, guys, take care.